Hey, welcome back, FenomenonX. This is Frank. Right, so back from vacation, right? Been able to hit the reset button, and in the process, I was looking over some comments, and there's one particular comment or set of comments that are centered around a particular question, and that question is can you take an existing track, a music track, and add lyrics? Okay, can you maybe add some lyrics to it, add a verse to it, add maybe an alternate ending, different musical instrument, different styles, maybe create a different version of it? Well, absolutely you can. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that without having to worry about upgrading to SUNO Studio. Now, let me tell you, during my time off, I had a chance to mess around with SUNO Studio. And let me tell you, it is totally worth it. It's totally worth the upgrade. And I highly recommend it. So with that, we're going to just jump right in. Don't need SUNO Studio. We're going to check out and see what we could do about extending your current track. All right, here we go. So here we are inside SUNO. And I've created an actual workspace folder. And it is called Extend Lyrics and Alternate Ending Tutorial. All right, and we're going to take this actual track. And just as I mentioned, we are going to change the ending. Now, before we do any of that, you got to listen to it, right? You got to know exactly what we're working with. So here it is. All right, so that right there is the actual intro, okay, which also is pretty much kind of the vibe that you get through the entire song. All right, so what I want to be able to do here is I want to add some lyrics to the very end, okay, and it's kind of a multi-step process. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cheat a little bit. I've got an actual tool that I generated and created inside chat that really is going to just cut time in half, right, for the sake of this video. And I'll show you how all that works. But more importantly, we're going to hopefully get the result that we're looking for by doing this. All right, so here we are. So the first thing we want to do is I want to go to the very end of the actual song. Okay, and I'm going to select about the 3 minute and 36 mark. Now what I want to do is over on the right here, I want to pull up the actual lyrics. And we're going to go towards the end of the actual lyrics. Now there's some ad-lib in this actual track. Okay, I'm not worried about the actual ad-lib. I'm more concerned about the more of the actual main lyrics, okay, the lead vocals here. And so what we're going to do is we're going to let this play, and we're going to find a relaxing stopping point just after this, and we're going to make that our extended starting point, okay? And so let's kind of just go through this, and let's listen, and let's look out for these lyrics right here. Here we go.
You're breathing easy now, but I'm breathing better still. Quiet like a closing door. One more whisper in the room remembers my name.
All right, so you heard the ad lib, right? I'm not concerned about that. So the perfect starting point, I think, is going to be 4 minutes. So if we go back a little bit, okay, you're going to see the actual lyrics end. Take a look at the actual 4 minute mark. Okay, we're going to have I'm selecting the 4 minute mark because it's going to give us a little bit of padding, and that's what you really want to do in order for you to get a really good kind of a smooth transition or an extension. All right, so here we go, and you'll kind of see what I mean once we bring it all together. All right, so let's go ahead and hit play.
One more whisper in the room remembers my name.
All right, so again, we got the 4 minute mark. So now what we want to do is take a look at my actual pointer on my mouse here, okay? Once I hover it over the track, you're going to see a hand show up. Now, if I press and hold on the left button of my mouse, okay, and I drag right over here, I'm going to drag it right here into the section that says drop here to remix. I'm going to go ahead and drop it. I'm going to let go of the mouse button. Now, here you have a drop down with a couple options that you can choose from. So here we have cover, extend, add vocals, add instrumental, use style and lyrics. Okay, and so we're going to go ahead and select this here, extend. Now what we got to do is we got to determine, okay, from what point do you want to extend from? Now we determined that we want it at the 4-minute mark. So we're going to go ahead with this 3, delete that, and add a 0. Okay, got to go ahead and select enter. So now everything beyond the 4-minute mark is going to get removed, or it's going to get, in other words, replaced, right, by the new updated version of what we're asking for it to do. Okay. And so let's see, let's go right in here. All right, so what I want to do is I want to go right up here into my tool. Okay, and so I want to kind of break this down so that it truly understands. Now I'm using this tool for the sake of time. That way you don't have me sitting here kind of try to think of what lyrics I want to put in here, and same thing with the actual music style. Okay, you know what the ultimate goal is. So we're going to go right over here. We're going to type this in. Okay, I have an existing Okay, so I have an existing music track that I want to extend with additional lyrics, as well as extend the outro to an emotional instrumental violin solo. Okay. Let me share both the existing lyrics and music style. Ready? I just put this to kind of keep things separated, right? And so it's easier for me to kind of work through when utilizing my actual tool. So here it is. All right, so now what I want to do is I want to go in here and I want to go to the lyrics here. Now, I can't just say, hey, you know what, just add these lyrics, because it has no idea what the song is actually about. So I'm going to go ahead and just copy this. I can't hit Control A here because then it's going to kind of copy more than what's in this area right here. So I'm going to go ahead and select copy manually. Okay. Now I am going to go in here and I'm going to put lyrics. Let's go in here and put existing lyrics. Okay. And I'm going to paste. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit space. Keep hitting space a little bit. Give me some room. If I hit enter, it's going to start working for me and I don't want that. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and put existing music style. Okay. Now what I want to do is I want to go right back over here. Go, let's go right. Oh, it's a lot easier if I go right over here. Right now here I can hit Control A and then Control C. Control A is going to highlight everything if you're using Windows, or Command A if you're using a Mac. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit Control C to copy. Okay. Now I'm going to go right back over here, and over here under existing music style, I'm going to go ahead and paste that in. Okay. And so now, I need existing added after these lyrics. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right back over here, and I am going to go to outro. Okay. And I'm just going to give it some space here, and I'm going to select enter. Okay. Let's see what it figures, or if it understands exactly what I mean right now based off of what I've entered in here. And believe me, this is going to be a lot faster than me kind of going through kind of bits and pieces right in here. All right. So now it's saying, okay, got it. Excellent structure, tight pen, and a very deliberate sonic arc. Okay. And so it's kind of just repeating what I'm asking for. So here it is, post outro lead mail. All right. So here are the actual added lyrics. And then here is the violin-led instrumental outro. Okay. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go select this part here. I'm going to go into lyrics. I'm going to paste the additional lyrics right in here. Okay. And so now what I want to do is I want to go in here, copy this, and I'm going to erase this music style, and I'm going to replace it with this music style right in here. Now remember, the actual music track is right up here. Okay. It's here. So now what I could do is I can go right here to advanced options. I don't need to select vocal gender. Okay. Weirdness, what we're going to do is we're just going to put this down to, let's go ahead and keep it like it. Let's go ahead and keep it at 20%. Okay. The style influence, we want to maintain that style influence, that integrity. I'm going to keep that at 90%. Audio influence, same thing. We'll keep that at 80%. All right. Now, I didn't put these at 100% because I want to try and kind of mess around with this a little bit. Okay, so now what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and create these. Okay. And so I have right up here, anytime that you're creating an extension, you're going to have the title of the actual song, which is Warning Shot. It's going to say extend on it. And then you're going to have part 2, okay, show up right here as a tag, okay? And so you got 2 different variations. We're going to listen to the very first one. And from that 4-minute mark, this is where it would pick up, okay? So once it actually shows the actual thumbnail with the little dot, we're ready to start listening to it, even though it's still processing. Now, this one's going to be an extension of 27 seconds. So if we go right back up here to the actual lyrics, I didn't even pay attention to the actual lyrics, but the lyrics are very limited, okay? Glass breaks slow, you don't hear the first crack. Names held in breath never make their way back, okay? And then this right here, very simple, very easy. Okay, that would make sense with just adding 27 seconds. Now, if we're paying attention to my actual tool, I'm going to go back in there and kind of readjust so that it's a little bit longer, okay? If we're not, we're kind of just doing it your way, right? You're going in here and, you know, you're putting whatever info you want to put in here, then that's good. You can do that. But this is going to be a little bit of a distraction, and I'm going to follow through and kind of work through this distraction here with what we're seeing. All right, so let's listen to this one here. So this is 1 minute and 15 seconds, which is right about where we want on an extension, especially if we're adding actual lyrics. So we're going to listen to the short one here and see where the shortcomings are, because I'm sure there's going to be some shortcomings. Here we go.
Glass breaks slow, you don't hear the first crack. Names held in breath never make their way back. Glass breaks slow, you don't hear the first crack. Names held in breath never make their way back. They lit the fuse when they asked to watch I do. And silence ain't empty, it's full of what I knew. Go.
So that right there, it didn't even play kind of that violin thing by itself. Okay, so let's go ahead and listen to this one and see if this one is any better.
Glass breaks slow, you don't hear the first crack. Names held in breath never make their way back. They lit the fuse when they asked to watch I do. And silence ain't empty, it's full of what I knew. Cold. This is a warning shot. This is a warning shot. Count your nights, count your dreams. This is a warning shot. This is a warning shot. Glass breaks slow, you don't hear the first crack. Names held in breath never make their way back. They lit the fuse when they asked to watch I do. And silence ain't empty, it's full of what I knew.
All right, so that was a much better, right, extension. Okay, so we're going to use this as an example here. So again, what I highly recommend is just kind of messing around with these two here, right? Make sure that you find a point with some padding. Now, the one thing that I'm a little bit concerned about is once this starts, it looks like it just jumps right into the lyrics. So when we actually bring these two tracks together, because this is what I'm going to show you next, is how to bring these two tracks together to make it into one, right? We kind of start kind of subtly, right? So let's listen to this again.
Glass breaks slow, you don't hear the first crack.
All right, so we're going to see how well this sounds. Now, in order to bring it all together, so what we want to do is we want to take this and we want to take this, right, and bring it together. But it's going to be with the exception of this starting at the 4-minute mark, right? So here we go. So all you got to do is just go right here to the 3 dots, okay? And then go up to create and then select get full song. When you select get full song, what it's going to do, it's going to combine these actual two projects right in here, right? The new with the old. This is it right here. This is kind of the existing, okay, along with the new of what we just heard. And here it is. It's brought together. In time, it's a 5-minute and 15-second song, okay? And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to that 3-minute and like 45-second mark. So let's go find that. Oh, I'm not even selecting the right one. Let's go ahead right here. So here it is. It's selected right down here. And let's go 3 minutes and 50 seconds. Let's give it a little bit more padding here. 3 minutes and 36 seconds. Let's go ahead and just select play right here and see how it all comes together. Here we go.
Sail, you're breathing easy now, but I'm breathing better still. Quiet like a closing door. One more whisper in the room remembers my name. Glass breaks slow, you don't hear the first crack. Names held in breath, never make their way back. They lit the fuse when they asked who watched I do. And silence ain't empty, it's full of what I knew. Cold. This is a warning shot. This is a warning shot. Count your nights, count your dreams. This is a warning shot. This is a warning shot. Glass breaks slow, you don't hear the first crack. Names held in breath, never make their way back. They lit the fuse when they asked who watched I do. And silence ain't empty, it's full of what I knew.
All right, so there you have it. Just as I mentioned, right, kind of saved some time. I actually used my actual tool that I use to help kind of speed things along. It's a lot easier for me to just throw spaghetti at the wall, see what sticks, and kind of work my way a little bit backwards is why I created that tool. And so there you go. That's how you go in and actually add additional lyrics. In addition to that, you kind of keep the integrity. Not kind of keep, but you really do keep the integrity, the actual music style. The vocals kind of change a little bit, kind of more a little bit of an effects to it. You can kind of play around with that. Same thing with like your prompting. Just kind of make it clear on your prompting on what you want. And then you also have SUNO Studio that you can actually carry this over with and really just gain and have more control of the music you generate. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hey, like this video down below, leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell icon so anytime I'm finagling my way around SUNO or AI, hey, you're the first to know about it. I am Frank with the Phenomenon. Hey, until next time, I'll catch you later.